great, and I love them. So the trick now is just to smudge it out. I'm going to take this top line and smudge it in a little and then back, and then that little triangle there that I made, you're going to kind of smudge it up towards your crease so that it makes more of a winged effect, but it's not so bright. So as you can see, I'm kind of filling in that space, making sure that there's no harsh lines. I don't want anything harsh on this eye look, so you really have to smudge it out. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna use this little smudgy. And I bring it in farther. By the time I'm done, that smudge is probably closer to the middle of my eye, which is fine. And smudge out the bottom a little bit. And especially in that corner. You see how different that bottom part makes it. It's more dramatic. You can bring that dark all the way in along your bottom lash line. If you want more, you can kind of leave it halfway. I love dramatic liner. I'm not sure if you can see that on the video. My screen keeps going black. Keeps trying to sleep on me. Okay. Make sure that they're even here. That's close. So, I'm going to take that same matte brown that I was using earlier back with my eyeshadow brush. I'm going to put a little bit of the matte brown, and I'm going to go underneath my lash line and kind of smudge that black into the brown to give it a softer look, right in that corner too. Then again on top, right in the corner. Just don't want it to be so dark, okay? Eyes. I do my mascara last. You can do your mascara now if you want. Totally a personal preference. So, I'm going to do a little bit of contouring, not a lot, like I said. We're leaving face pretty blank so that my freckles can all show through. So, I use the Benefit Hula Brush, bronzer, I'm sorry, to contour. And I have this Body Shop foundation brush, which I will dip it in. Start from the top of your ear. Head towards the corner of your mouth, down to about your eyebrow, or the middle of it. Same thing on the other side. Heading down towards the corner of your mouth. Till about the middle of it. Two darker streaks. 1, 2. I'm then going to take this big fluffy brush, and I have no idea where I got it. It's a mineral brush. And kind of blend it out. Like I said, really light contouring. I use circular motions or up and down. Either one. Take a little bit more of the blush. Put it along your jaw. Keep going to blush, I'm sorry, the bronzer. Up on your temples, kind of around your forehead, above your temples, and into your hairline. And I know in the computer this side looks darker, it's because there's a shadow over here. It's really the same as this side. You can see this side of my face is in the shadow. It's I like to put some on my nose. I don't really define my nose, but I will take that big fluffy brush in that powder and put it right on the side of my nose. Just go up and down. I have a really big nose. I just think it helps to like slim it down a little. Under your chin. And a little bit down the sides of your neck just to kind of blend everything together. Then I take my e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzer. This is the Saint Lucia blush and bronzer kit. This bronzer is way too dark for me and a little bit sparkly, so I don't generally use it. But this blush, it's got this gold shimmer to it. It's hard to see, but it is a knockoff of the NARS Orgasm blush. And it's beautiful. It's really light. It's not very dark. It doesn't take over my face. It doesn't make it super red, which is why I like it for the freckles look. Alrighty, the next step, and I kind of blend that blush into my bronzer a little bit, kind of blend them together. The next step is highlighting. I have this Get Luminous Highlighting Face and Body Luminizer from Femme Couture. I'm not sure how that's how you say it, but it's really pink and really bright. So I use just a small amount. I'm sorry, it looks disgusting. It keeps exploding on me. But I will literally just dab my finger in it, and that's plenty. I will put it right along the top of my cheekbone, up into that concealer area, and the same thing on the other. I kind of want to make that C stand out, so rub it in, and I will bring it over underneath my eye, down towards my nose. Just gonna make a whole triangle a little lighter, and it brightens up your face. I'll put a little on my chin, on my upper lip, and then down my nose, and the top of my forehead in between my eyebrows. Right down the center of your nose. And that helps accentuate your nose against the bronzer that I put on the sides. So I'm going to use a little more concealer under my eyes, and it's not cutting it for me today. This is a different concealer. It's the Erase Paste from Benefit. So this comes in a little jar. This is the number 2 medium. You can use the back of a makeup brush to, this is my eyeshadow, but kind of scoop a little bit out. Put it on the back of your hand. This is a little bit more of a full coverage concealer, but it's another illuminating concealer, so it goes under my eyes. Kind of patting it with my hand, and this is a great way too to like touch up that under eye makeup. Goes down, all the way down to the side of my nose, and out. And this stuff is lighter than my skin, or about the same color. But like I said, I don't want to put too much of this on because it is going to kind of hide my freckles a little. And I'm just kind of matching colors. A little bit down my nose, a little bit on my forehead. Okay. Making sure everything matches, goes well together. Great. So, I like to finish my face with baby powder. You can buy a finishing powder or a translucent powder. That's totally fine. I like the baby powder because I've got really oily skin and it really controls it. So I pour a little bit out on my counter, dip my fluffy brush in it, kind of shake it off, and then put it in my T-zone up on my forehead, nose, and you can't see it. It's not white. And I'm going to set my concealer with it. I don't want my concealer to move. And this is a lot. I'm putting a lot of different products on my face just because I like to certain aspects of each one, and I will kind of layer them and put them on very lightly. You don't have to do that. You can just use one or two. On my face, I used a blush, bronzer, highlighter, primer. I didn't even put foundation on. So, like I said, there's a lot. This is the Body Shop Dazzling Rocks shade Golden Copper. This is for your face and body. It's like a illuminator / bronzer, and it's beautiful. There's these little beads. I put this all over just because it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. Just makes me look fantastic. So it makes my skin kind of glow, but doesn't cover. It's great. As I said before, I'm going to go back over that little spot where it still isn't covered. Let it sit and kind of, I think the term is cooking. I'm going to let go a little. If you just kind of dab on top of it, it blends in a lot better, especially since I have all that other product on my face and it blends in with my freckles. So, mascara, and then we're ready to go on to the lips, which are the best part. I use an eyeshadow, an eyelash curler. You don't have to. A lot of times I'll use two different mascaras. I'm only going to use one today, just because this video is already extremely long. So, I'm using L'Oreal Voluminous Original in Blackest Black. Yeah. It's my favorite. I've tried so many different mascaras, and this is my favorite one. I do my top and bottom lashes again. It's kind of a personal preference. You can just do the top if you want. A lot of times, like I said, I'll put this one's my favorite, so I put it on top, but I'll do another brand of mascara underneath. Like this is the Falsies Volume Express. If you layer the two and you put the second one on while the first one's just a little wet, it'll almost double the size of your lashes. I don't know why it does that, but using two different types of mascara as opposed to two coats, for some reason, works way better when you're still putting two coats on, but the two different brands. It's like a secret formula for awesome. I know I look ridiculous right now. Putting mascara on is never a flattering look for anyone. Alright. That finishes my eyes.